Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Oh, that's only 4 seconds. Let me get it together here. Let me get a song. Hi, everybody. Have to play a little music because I'm on here all kinds of early. See what happens when I get here on time? It's a mess. Hi. Hey, guys. Hi, everybody. Did y'all go get the notes for the show? I'm playing Rush in honor of Neil Peart recently passing. So we're playing Rush right now. I've got like 5 minutes. It's a 20-minute thing, so I don't know how deep we're going to be able to get into it. But if you go to kzsm.org right now, you'll hear Rush. It doesn't say what it is. It says, oh, it does. It says 2112, the full version. So we're listening to 2112 by Rush over on the radio station, and I'm getting ready to go on live for Soul Sanctuary. If you guys didn't get the notes, that's okay. I want to talk about all the stuff on there. Just trying to get comfortable. We'll get 3 minutes of Rush. I know that's not enough. There is no enough. They have 18 and 20-minute songs. Say hi, everybody. Can I do a magical effect? Should I? Love? Should I do hearts? Is that helpful? Does anybody care? No, nobody cares. That's terrible. All right, got my notes. 90 seconds to be live. Who wants to say hi before we go live? Say hi. Hey. Hi, Randy. All right, let's go find some radio shows to play after I leave, huh? How long is the show going to be? Can I last an hour today? I could not last week. We'll see. Time will tell. But after me comes Friday Night with Care. I don't have any commercials loaded. I want to be about my business. Up here trying to play around on Facebook. The shit I'm supposed to do. Hi. Hi, Randy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Usually need 12. Hi. Happy Saturday. 1, 2, 3. Hey. We're good. Now let's get an oops song. An oops song is for when I really mess up and I have to like put a song on to distract you while I fix things. What's our oops song? We're playing Rush now, so it can't be this one. Any requests for our oops song? It's not a fantastic selection, I gotta say. Oh, it's under sound effects, that's why. Go to music. Maybe I'd find music. Queen, Somebody to Love? Yes? That'll be our safe song. So if y'all hear Queen, I have messed up terribly. I'm so glad you said hi, Randy. I'm glad you popped in. Go watch it later on YouTube. If you go like and subscribe on YouTube, Randy, you can listen to it when I put it up, which will probably be tomorrow. Because today is crazy busy. Get another Oops song. Who is Andy Stewart? Why do we have so many songs by Andy Stewart? What is that? Okay. I don't know what that is, but I'm not. It's like all Andy Stewart. It's all A's. And it's all Andy Stewart. Here's Janelle Monáe. Let's do her. I found a black person. I'm going to pick them. Okay, it's time for me to be on. Oh man, the voices just started on Rush and I gotta move away from them, but it's time for the show. Sorry, Rush. I feel disrespectful. Alright, well we gotta go. Go. About to start the show. Hi, Adrian. Beautiful. You're gonna distract all the attention away from me. Adrian's gorgeous. Y'all see Adrian? Say hi, Adrian. Whew, I'm ready to go live. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good morning, Soul Sanctuary soldiers. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning. It is a bright and early on Saturday morning. We're up. Hopefully you have your coffee and whatever makes you happy in the morning. I've got my Facebook group tuning in, so they're watching the live there. And if you're joining me on ktsm.org, thank you so much. That's where the numbers count. I really appreciate your presence, and I appreciate you getting up early with me this morning. I'm especially hoarse today. I don't know why. But, sorry. Hopefully y'all can understand me. Hopefully I'm audible. So we're going to get in. Hi, Tammy. We're going to get into talking about the day. Today, it is the third decan of Aquarius. We're in the last part of Aquarius. So anybody that you know that was born here in the last 10 days of Aquarius is going to be like a Pisces-ish Aquarius. So whatever Pisces attributes you find in an Aquarius whose birthday is between now and when we actually switch into Pisces, that's because they're in the last part of Aquarius, and that's kind of what happens. The influences kind of bleed over, kind of like a rainbow. You know how you don't go straight from red to orange. There's a little blend over, in which is my favorite color, which is burnt sienna, which is like a deep orange. And you know what I just realized? Burnt sienna is my very favorite color, but I was raised in Austin, and Austin is flooded with UT stuff. So I think that my favorite color is actually because of UT. I was looking at something that was UT designed, and I was like, hey, that's my favorite color. So here I thought I'd come up with my own favorite color, but I was influenced by my environment this whole time. Isn't that silly? Anyway, third decan of Aquarius is what I was talking about. So the calculation for the day is art. That is the 14th card of the major arcana. So if your birthday is today, that means that 2020 is all about healing for you. If it's not your birthday, then today is about healing for you. And the questions that come along with the card of the day are, what does it mean to be moderate? How do you make decisions? What can you do to find a middle way in all manners? And in what way do you bring calm or drama to your life? So that last question's pretty single some people out. I hope you know who you are. If not, drop me a line. I'll let you know. But that last question, let's look at it again. In what ways do you bring calm or drama to your life? So when you look back at a situation and you see where you played a part in it, did you add drama or did you add resolution and peace? And with the art card, it really is about balance. So it's about balancing science and art. It's about balancing right and wrong. It's about balancing what you want versus what you need. It's about balance. And so when we look at our contribution to the world, if you're continually stirring the pot, you're not adding balance. Like you're working against the universe. The way that life works and the way that the universe works and the way that things work. First of all, I don't know. But what I've observed is that there is a continuous flow of good energy that happens, that comes wherever you think it comes from, and it circles the earth and it circles all of us, and it's always available. We always have the option to choose peace. We always have the option to choose no. We always have the option to choose growth. Now, whether or not we do depends on maturity, right? Because sometimes when it's time to cut somebody out, or sometimes when it's time to be right about something, we are so busy trying to make sure that everybody in the room understands that we were right about it, that we lose and affect negatively relationships, and we lose and affect negatively transactions, right? We lose and or affect negatively our experience in life because our goal has become to prove that we're right. And first of all, nobody even cares. Nobody even cares who's right. Do you know that? When you think about it, when you think about how things are resolved, it's never around who's right. It's never around who's right. It's always around who was compliant, who was artfully communicating is who wins. That's the whole justice system, right? Like, it doesn't matter if the person's guilty or not. It matters if they have a good lawyer. It's the argument that's where life is. It's not about what happened. There's like a couple of sayings. It doesn't matter what happened. It matters what you can prove, right? Right. It's about what the proof is, right? About what the experience was. Who cares whether it was right or not? Or who cares if it happened or not? If it's affecting you negatively, you have the ability to rewrite that story in your head. You have the ability to adjust how it affects your life. Those are your choices. I believe in responsibility psychology. And responsibility psychology was introduced to me by Brian Tracy. He's a motivational speaker. If you look up Brian Tracy on YouTube or Google or whatever you look up stuff on, and you find some of his stuff, he's really fantastic. And he teaches about responsibility psychology. Responsibility psychology means that for every single situation in your life, you look at that thing and you say to yourself, I am responsible for everything that happens. So that thing that kept you up last night that you were worried about, write it on a piece of paper or on the mirror. Look at that situation and say, I am responsible. And keep saying that until you believe it. Once you believe that you're responsible, change it to something that works for you. When you're ready, you might still be in the drama of the pain it's causing you. And I know it's difficult to accept, but sometimes we sit in the drama of the pain that something causes us because it's what we're used to. It's not that we're sadomasochists. It's not that we enjoy pain. But when you're used to dysfunction, function feels weird. Remember we talked about that a couple weeks ago? That's a T.D. Jakes sermon. When you're used to abuse, love feels weird. When you're used to abandonment, somebody being there for you feels weird. If you are conditioned around abuse, and if you are conditioned around neglect, when good stuff happens, hey Jackie, when good stuff happens, you'll and hey, what's the baby's name? Rai Rai. Hi Rai Rai. When you're changing yourself from unhealthy or toxic into healthy, there's going to be some uncomfortable parts of that. There's going to be some places where you're going to realize that you've been toxic to yourself. I started a blog, I guess I should pick it back up, that was called Self-Croation, How to Stop Being Your Own Crow. And a crow is like a critic or a hater. A crow is most akin to what a hater is. Most people say haters. And I don't say haters because I don't know that they hate. I know that they cause drama, and I know that they cause confusion, but I don't know that it's from hate. And so I call it crows. Because just doing what a crow does, crows cause certain imbalance, right? And that's what crows do. I'm like, hey, Jessica, good to see you. We're talking about crows and Croatian. So I am losing my train of thought. But I was talking about what crows are. So crows are people who are there to undermine you. It's very much from the scene in The Wiz where Michael Jackson was the scarecrow and the crows came around, and because of the way they talked to him, he didn't know that he had strength and stuff. It's such a poignant scene. I hope somebody finds it and puts it in the chat because it's such a beautiful scene, and it's a depiction of what happens when we're trying to stretch our wings and grow. There's always crows that are going to be around just to throw a wrench in your whole situation. Let me explain to you. When I was when I first found out I was pregnant with my second son, I had a friend at the time, and I thought she was a friend, but apparently she was an associate. Because the minute I told her that I was pregnant, she told me about her sister-in-law who'd lost a baby. Something completely inappropriate. I don't know if you guys know, but let me give you a little bit of a clue. Whenever someone tells you they're pregnant or they're thinking about birth or pregnancy, that kind of thing, don't bring up dead babies. It's not cool. What the hell? And let me explain to you, that is the last time I talked to that person. I never talked to her again. Besides trying to block that image from my pregnant head so that I had a healthy baby and not be imprinted by her BS, I never spoke to her again. She didn't call me again, so I guess maybe she didn't want to talk to me. Maybe she did it on purpose. But that's a crow. That is crow behavior. If I've just told you, with the difficulties I've had in that area, that this miracles happen, don't say anything assholey. If you can't think of anything nice to say, just say, oh, and shut up. Anyway, I wanted to share with you that it happens to all of us. There's no peak that you reach where you don't have crows. There's no place where you go where people aren't, and people aren't hurt, and they don't visit that hurt on you. But it's just about how you handle it. And for me, I took that toxic relationship and threw it out. I didn't look back. I don't care. If I see her in the grocery store, I don't even know if I'd recognize her. Because that's how far I removed her energy from my pregnancy and from my life. There's no reason to have that person around me. I don't need that energy in my life. What's that meme? I don't need that in my life. That's exactly how I felt about it. So anyway, I'm not sure how I meandered way over there. I think I was giving an example of Croatian and how we all still experience that. And with today's card, which is the art card, it's one of the more boring cards in the Major Arcana. I'm just going to say it's a boring card. But it is about balance, and it's about healing, and it's about removing those things that are toxic from your life. If you have, what's that thing called? Celiac. You need to remove gluten from your life, right? If you have tender dental work, you need to remove hard foods from your life. If you have an abandonment complex, you have to remove neglectful narcissists from your life, right? If you have sexual trauma, PTSD, you have to remove toxic masculinity and toxic femininity from your life. You've got to remove those things that don't jive with where your healing is. There's nothing like, what is it called? Exposure therapy. You can't do that by yourself. You need to have a licensed therapist walk you through that crap. So while you're not doing that, avoid those things that are toxic, that set off toxic thought patterns in your head. Whatever. Are we back? Sorry, I don't know what that looked like. I hope you weren't just looking straight up my nose. I don't know. But I don't know. Okay. All right. So. Ooh. I guess we have some queen. Hi, Adrian. Okay. Let me get back. How are you liking the show? Good? Good stuff? You relate to it? Make any sense? A whole bunch of BS? I know. It is. It's actually really bullshit. I'm sorry. That's all I got. That's what I got today. No. Okay. Hope she doesn't really actually need something. Hi, Jessica. Thank you. I couldn't handle your hair anymore, so I braided mine up. Your hairstyle is a lot. It's a lot to handle, Mama. What are my vibes this week? What's high vibe this week? What's the new vibe this week? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Ooh. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica said I'm beautiful. So far I think I'm good. I think I can make it until 9. We'll see. Last week I ran out of here. I don't know what happened. Some bad vibe came over me and I just got the hell out of here. I think that's what I'm supposed to do when bad vibes hit. Like, because I work with energy, like if I was like a school teacher, no, they work with energy too. If I was a clerk, maybe I'd just go to work anyway. But, well, as long as I'm dealing with energies, I feel like I get to be all weird, like the precogs on, what movie is that? Minority Report? They be all tenderly taken care of, and if they feel weird, they gotta go. Actually, Jessica, I was at her house last year one time, a couple years ago, and I just got a really weird energy, and she said I freaked out and left. I don't even remember, but apparently it's what I do. Oh, I'm so glad, Adrian. I'm so glad you're learning from what I'm talking about. There's about a minute and a half left of this song, and then there's going to be commercials. And then, promos, sorry, they're not commercials, they're promos. And then I'll dive into allowing disappointment. So if you need to go make coffee and grab coffee, go do that. Because it'll be about 3 or 4 minutes. And then I'm going to the farmer's market. It's supposed to be a pretty day, but it's still cloudy. Can somebody give me some encouragement about where the sun is? We listened to Rush and Queen today? What kind of show is this? It's great, right? Let me put my commercials in here while I'm... Okay, I'm going to do some work. Oh. Why did this go in there? It needs to go in, here we go. Right? Hopefully. There. So here's commercials. So we've got 3 30-second commercials, and then we'll be back. Let's see where promotions are. I don't remember. I put them where? Some music. Okay, so I put them in shows and music. Oh man, I hope my sister's okay. Just leave me a voicemail. I don't know what's going on. Hey, if anybody's in touch with my family, can you make sure everybody's okay? I can't do anything. I'm in the middle of a show. But if you're in touch with the fam, please let me know. I think that was 3. Was that 3? Oh. Hopefully that was 3, because now I'm ready. Okay, getting back to the show. We got some music, we got some commercials. I'm not sure if everything is okay, but I'm hoping. My sister called me 2 times. I'm going to push ahead as if it was an emergency, she would call me differently. Okay. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to go back to the show? KZSM.org. Make sure you like and share on YouTube. I was just reminding everybody on the Facebook group to like and share on YouTube. We're trying to get the YouTube numbers up. I'm trying to hit like 1,000, which is like apparently a big deal. to YouTube people. That means you get to monetize. You can like make money on it. I don't know what would sell, who would ship their product through. Maybe incense people or sage people or tarot people. Anyway, hi everybody. Thanks for waiting through that long song and then the commercial or the promos. I've been getting myself together and putting my brand new commercials on the system so that you guys can hear, or other people can hear it who don't already know about Soul Sanctuary. Those of you who are joining me, thank you so much. Please pop over to kzsm.org, like over there or listen over there. And then you can go to HaiTarot.com for me, and you can go to YouTube and look up HaiTarot to like and share there. That's the numbers we're focusing on for the spring, is YouTube numbers. So enough self-promotion. Let's get into why you would care about whether I'm promoted or not. And that has to do with this week in Law of Allowing. We're going to talk about allowing disappointment. We're going to talk about not fixing it for others. This is an issue that I see come up for, unfortunately, it comes up for females more than males. For some reason, dudes in our culture have been given the license to just say no and keep moving. And for some reason, the experience of being female in this culture is that when you decline something, you need to define why you did it, explain why you did it, come up with a reason that is good enough for everybody involved to be okay with it, and then go ahead with your decision. There is no just no and keep it moving. I have been fighting to change that because I don't need to explain myself to anybody. And if I don't want whatever it is, I don't want it. And being the weird empathy kind of person I am, sometimes explaining it makes it worse. So remember, when you got to explain yourself, when you got to defend yourself, the more information someone has, the more they have to judge you on. That's all that's happening. So when you decide to try to explain yourself and make it okay for somebody else, all you're giving them is more information to judge you on. Have you ever went to explain why you did something and the other person tells you that reason's not good enough? That's just the funniest thing in the world to me. So if you're, I don't know, I want to give an example, but I feel like I'm going to be too personal. Why don't y'all come up with examples? Examples of where you went to justify yourself and the other person decided that your justification wasn't good enough. F them. It's still your justification. First of all, the human brain can only do what is justified to it. If you talk to a serial killer, they will explain to you why they killed several people. The conscious mind doesn't work opposite of that. It only works. You can only do something if you have convinced yourself that it's okay to do that thing. So the idea of explaining yourself at all is ridiculous. It was enough to do it. If you did something, it's because your brain said that was what should happen. And that's all. So when you go to define that and explain to somebody else to make them feel better, it doesn't usually make them feel better, and it could make them more angry with you because your reason doesn't make sense to them. So instead of trying to get into the practice of making everybody feel better with why you did what you did, I think it's healthier to get used to the idea of it not being okay with them, of it not being everybody's cup of tea, of your decision not being popular, and get used to the idea of saying no. I'm not going tonight. That's it. I'm just not going. Well, why aren't you going? Because I have the kids. Get the kids a babysitter? Well, I'm not going tonight, so I don't need to get them a babysitter. Right? Oh, can't their dad watch them? Well, since I'm not going, I don't need to involve him. My answer was no. I didn't tell you no so that you can now convince me where yes is. I said no because it's no. And that's it. I understand with all this back and forth. And a lot of people that I'm around for some reason have kids who do that. And I am certainly not having that discussion with a child. I barely want to have it with an adult. I am not having it with your 5-year-old. If I say no, and your kid wants to go back and forth with me about no, I'll give it 1 or 2 good volleys, and I'm just going to ignore them. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I've done this in front of some of my friends and seen how uncomfortable it makes them. Because the kid's like, why? And I've just moved on with my life. And the parent runs over and starts explaining something to the kids. I mean, you can do that if you want to. That's your energy. Mine is, no. Well, why? I don't feel like it right now. Well, my mommy lets me. Well, it's no. If they keep going, they're just going to be sitting there having a very sad conversation with themselves. I am not going back and forth to try to convince a 5-year-old of anything. If they're smart enough for me to wring their neck, well, we don't explain things. We just tell them what the final decision is. Does that make sense? Hopefully you can relate. If you can't, I'm sorry. That's the parenting I'm used to. I mean, I don't go as far as corporal punishment the way that the generations before me did, but I do, I don't like kids in adult conversations. I don't like kids saying adult things. I don't like precocious kids. I don't like rude kids. I don't like... This is a bad path. Let's talk about something else. I feel like I've wandered off. We're talking about allowing disappointment, not fixing it for others. And the notes I have are, when people attempt to make something your fault, that is not. What I want you to do is pause and ask them if they're trying to make you feel guilty. They're going to say no. Nobody ever says, yes, I'm trying to make you feel guilty. Everybody always says no. So they're going to say no. And then after they say no, when they go back to that behavior, pause again, look at them and say, are you trying to make me feel guilty? And you have to keep doing this. This is retraining them to talk to you without their bullshit. So it takes a couple of times. So you have to try it a couple of times and be patient while you do it. Because however somebody's treating you right now, you've allowed them to treat you that way. They did not wake up this morning and become an asshole. Nobody did. Nobody woke up this morning acting like that. They have been grooming, seasoning, pushing towards, moving towards treating you the way that they treat you the entire time that you've known them. So when we raise our standards about how we're going to be treated and what we're going to accept and what kind of respect we expect, it's going to take everybody a minute to get there. So you can't just cuss out everybody all the time they don't get it right. You have to find some patient tools, some techniques that you can use to help them get where you already are. You have to say, hey, this is the new way that I'm going to be treated, and they need to understand that. But the delta between, or the interval between when you change and when they catch up, can't just be torture. You can't spend that whole time cussing everybody out. That is a lot of cuss outs. Even I think that's a lot of cuss outs, and I don't mind a cuss out. So when you're dealing with a relationship that you care about, when you're dealing with a relationship that matters, like a parental one or a spouse or a child or whatever, and they're coming to you with the same BS they had last week, and this week you're not for it, we need to gently be able to talk to them about how that's not what we're going to do. That's not where we are. That's not what's going to happen. And until that changes, we are standing right here. And you need to be able to stand in your own skin and your own strength for that. So that's about not fixing it for everybody. And then a little piece for parenting is about allowing boredom. I've read a couple of articles about how boredom is helpful for children. When kids don't have anything to do, that's when their creative mind turns on. And so this is about not overscheduling your kid. And when you're with them, not always shoving something in front of them to stimulate their brain. The brain has the ability to stimulate itself. You can have entire conversations, entire movies happen in your head, but it needs silence for that. So when you're sitting there trying to get the laundry done or work, whatever it is that you do, and your kid comes to you telling you how they're bored, my notes say, and I'm just going to read them like this because this is who I am. It says, remind your kiddos which chores they have to do, right? And then ask them to entertain themselves. Let them know that you are not Barney. You are not here to entertain them. You're here to facilitate them to get out into the world constructively by the time they're 18. But part of that doesn't always come with the top hat and with the glitter, okay? That's not what you're here to do. You have to entertain yourself. How often have you had to sit somewhere and wait and had to entertain yourself? Your kids need that skill. Help them out. There's not always going to be internet available. There's not always going to be a device available. Sometimes that thing needs a charge. And if it does, they cannot be in your left nostril for the remainder of the afternoon. You need to get them used to entertaining themselves. I think that would be helpful. I'm really bad at entertaining myself. It takes a lot of effort to do so. And I wish I'd had some more encouragement to do so when I was little, so I'd have a little bit better idea of how to do it. I don't really know. I need to play with other people. And also I'm an extrovert, so some of it is just natural. But we need to be unafraid of our kid being bored. A child saying, I'm bored, is not an alarming statement. And we don't need to treat it that way. Like, all right. I'm bored. Oh, I'm sorry. Let them go do something else. We've got to take back control of our lives, everybody. If not, we're just all going to die sad. Anyway, let's get through our next break, and then we'll talk about more stuff on the other side, I think. Thank you for joining me on Facebook. If you have not gone to YouTube and looked up HaiTarot, HaiTarot, please do so now. And when you're there, like and subscribe. I will see y'all on the other side of the break. Ooh, just about done. Well, you guys aren't talking. I'm going to put fireworks on here. Ah, that's ugly. There's a cat. I'm not doing that one. I like that. Let's do that. That feels like me. How do I write to people? I don't think I can write to y'all. I'll write when I get out of here. Oh, that's right. I don't know. I don't know how to. Yeah? Who's laughing at me? I don't know what I'm talking about. Or what's going on. I believe that was 3. Alright, I got like 10 minutes left of me, guys. Is that going to be all hour? I'm running out of stuff. I'm going to play the rest of that Rush. I'm going to go find it. We're back. So we've got a couple more minutes of show for everybody. Thank you for everybody who's joining me on Facebook. Y'all are sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. We're going to probably wrap here in the next couple of moments. I'm going to play the rest of that 20-minute Rush song that we couldn't get through beginning of the show. And sorry, Jackie was telling me she was laughing at the face I made when I saw a cat. I'm disgusted by felines. Not cats of prey, but just like house cats. And so whenever they're around, if I see one or accidentally somebody posts a picture of one, like my face turns to disgust. Sorry, I honestly don't like them. Like it's not just for me to tell you that, so you tell me how much your cat's like a dog. I don't want to interact about that. Anyway, that is not what I was going to say to you all. I'm going to say we're going to play the rest of that 20-minute Rush song that I had to truncate in order to have the show. Right now, I want to go ahead and I'll open the room up for any questions. If anybody in the chat room has questions, please ask them now. While you guys are collecting your thoughts and doing that, I'm going to read you my events and my plugs. This is plugs about when I'm going to be and where I'm going to be, not the other kind of plug. That you take care of yourself. Now, upcoming HaiTarot events. So, HaiTarot is the business through which I do read cards and do energy work and coaching and that kind of thing. And Soul Sanctuary is my show. So it's hosted by HaiTarot. I'm going to figure out a really clever way to have HaiTarot be part of the name of the show. And when I do, y'all will be the first to know. So here's some events that are coming up. Thirsty Thursday. So on Thursdays, I do a live with a friend of mine who also reads energy, and she works with stones. She actually makes homeopathic products that I'm currently using her soap, and I've already used up all of her hair oil. And so I've been like making my own concoction until I see her again. Her name's Jamika, and she has services available, and so you can work with her as well. On Thursdays, we do a live, which is on Instagram and YouTube simulcast, and it's sometime during the day on Thursdays. It didn't happen last week, and that's because I'm a terrible person, but it will happen every single Thursday, and so you'd have to be part of YouTube or IG to see when it's coming up, if we have any pre-notice, or to be notified when that live is going on. But it's usually for about 2 hours, and it's on Thursdays. We call it Thirsty Thursdays. It's adult chat. It's for free readings and free advice. We do talk about a lot of adult things, so it's not something you want to watch with the kiddos around if you have it, on speaker or whatever. The farmer's market. I'll be at the farmer's market today starting at 9 o'clock. I'm just about to finish up here on the show. And as soon as I get done here in the studio, I'm going to head straight to the farmer's market. I will be there at the Mothering at the Market tent, which has a purple tent. Me and my friend Sherlyn, she sells handmade crafts with a company called So Crazy. But I'll be offering readings there today. And I'll be there probably until 1. If you want a personal reading or to schedule an event, have me come to a party or a different kind of event that you're having, please go to HaiTarot.com and reach out to me there. You can look for HaiTarot on IG and also on Facebook and reach me through there. The show has its very own Facebook page called Soul Sanctuary MMF, like Mary Frank. And so you can communicate to me through the show's Facebook page, which is Soul Sanctuary MMF. Everything else is HaiTarot. HaiTarot on IG, on YouTube and Twitter, it's all HaiTarot. HaiTarot. Encore presentations of this show are shown. Hi, Chris, my cousin's here. Family in the house. Okay, sorry. He is my favorite cousin's husband. Hi. I'm so happy you're here. I'm sorry. I have to concentrate. Okay, encore presentations are played here on KZSM in the morning on Wednesdays and Thursday mornings. I believe it's like 6 o'clock in the morning they play KZSM. So if you're in the car and you feel like being inspired and listening to an irritated, raspy voice, you can tune into KZSM and .org and listen to the show then. This year I'm going to the Witch Fest. The Witch Fest 2020 in Austin is March 7th. I will be there all day long. HaiTarot has a tent there, and there'll be at least 2 readers there for the Witch Fest in Austin. I hope that you guys come out. It's supposed to be like thousands of people. So if you do go, you're gonna have some tenacity to find me. I don't know my like plot number or whatever. I'll put it up when I have it. That's another reason to be part of my Facebook group and like the YouTube and stuff, because when I have updated information, I'll throw it up there and you can see it if you're part of it. And then Anchor.fm is where the podcast goes. So once we get done with the show today, I'll take it home and edit it and put some cool music behind it and stuff. And I will upload it to Anchor.fm. So you can listen to Anchor.fm for all previous shows. I've been doing the show for about 3 years, so there's several shows that you can listen to. There's some really cool topics on there. So if you like it, you can listen to it. Jackie actually says that she listens to it while she's cleaning the house, and she's been a really great supporter of mine, and so maybe it's good to listen to when you're cleaning the house. I don't know. I've never gone to listen to them. But that's what we've got. So I'm summing up. I don't have any questions that came up in the group. Hi, Tammy. I'll see you at Witch Fest. I'm so glad you're going to be there. Come over to my tent. So I'm going to go. I'm going to play another commercial break, and then after that, straight into Rush, and then into the next show. If you need me, reach out to me. I hope that everybody is feeling healthy. I wish you health. I wish I could say have a good day, but good days suck if you're not healthy. And so my point of having a show and a reading tarot and interacting with the world the way that I do is because I want people to have true health and true peace. And so I wish you those things. I'm going to go. Peace and love. Bye. All right. So I'm getting ready to go on here too. Reach out to me if you need me, guys. Lots of love. Bye.